us have the most fun with our clothes on. Hey! Whoop. Wow, we have some amazing chairs in the studio.
Yep.
Well, I won't fall down, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, Tashane knows about the chairs. The chairs are they're made for grandmas and grandpas and grandies.
Grandies.
Yeah, grandies. So that's what they call non-binary grandparents. Grandies.
Grandy.
I will be a grandy one day.
Grandy.
Ah, how's it going, my favorite?
Grandy with the brandy.
Yeah. Yeah. How's it going?
Good.
I am
Been a long time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The last time I saw you was in a movie theater and you're running around with Anu because Desi.
Yeah, that was my launch. That was, I think,
Last year?
yeah, last year, somewhere in the mid, I guess, August. Yes.
Oh, what a launch, man. That was
Thank
so
you.
magical. You know what was so magical though? Just seeing you, Anu, and the place where you actually belong. Bharat. Just snow and that Ridma Weerawardena magic and Anu dressed in those heavy Indian clothes. That was like such a vibe, man.
Yeah, just living the Bollywood dream, I guess. It was just something
You guys finally did it
that yeah.
outside of Mehfil.
Yeah.
But that was so cool. Like, but you guys went there in what? March of last year?
Yes, it was March, somewhere in March. I think that was just, towards the end of March. That was just before, 1 month before the Pahalgam attacks happened
Wow.
in Kashmir. So we were in Pahalgam, the city where we most of the song was shot there. It was a beautiful experience, beautiful people. I love traveling anyway. I used to actually travel a lot more with my previous job than sometimes the one that I have currently. But exotic places, I guess, just random, strange places, and that connecting with different cultures and just just seeing how their livelihood happens is something that makes me curious, and that so I made that happen. It was a work plus leisure trip. It was quite a stressful shoot, but I mean, because the time crunch, ideally it should have had like a week to shoot that song, but we actually did it within 4 days, I think.
Woo.
3.5 days. Yeah, so
That
it
would have
was
been so
we got
wild.
sick, and because we didn't
Prepare?
accustomed. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I mean
right.
we were, but it was a completely new climate and weather system. And
What was it? -10?
No, I think it went to 0 one time in Pahalgam. It was really cold, and there were the worst thing was that Pahalgam, I think, is a city that the tourists were just starting to come, and all I remember was it because there were certain time periods where the water was running, and then they stopped the motor. And
Wait, because it was freezing?
no, and even the current. Sometimes it like when we were there, just they power themselves with
generators,
yeah.
okay.
So that blew off, or something happened there, and we were actually freezing. And it was and even the hot water was not working, so we hardly, yeah. So I mean, I think it was a last moment accommodation that kind of, but I mean, it was part of the experience. It was fun. Honestly, it was fun, and figuring out how to handle like a big team of people. There were people from Kashmir itself, and the locals, and the Sri Lankan team as well. So yeah.
Man, but I can imagine that couldn't have been like a easy thing, because when I saw that video, all I can think of was how many cups of chai did everyone have individually?
Quite a lot. And,
it could have been your saline.
Yeah, actually, and we. Yeah, and I'm going to release the Hindi song also I think hopefully on the Valentine's Day. I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, manifesting
What's it
that.
called again?
Roshe. That's it's not the direct translation though. Roshe means how do I explain it? I think when the song comes, it'll be, yeah. It's Kashmiri words.
Yeah, it sounds very Kashmiri
Yeah,
because like
it's
Hindi. Even I was thinking, what kind of
yeah. The main
word?
hook lines were in Kashmiri.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, so did you learn Kashmiri while you were in
No,
Kashmir?
we got an amazing lyricist to write for us the few Kashmiri lines, and then uh, yeah, the Hindi was written by Vatsala Nangi. So she,
Yeah, Watsala. Hi to Watsala.
Hi to Vatsala.
Man, Watsala is so gifted.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and so Hindi, man. Let's get talking about you and Hindi.
Oh, okay.
कैसे आपको हिंदी मालूम है? छोटे छोटे दिन से?
थोड़ा बहुत फिल्म देख के
सिर्फ फिल्म से?
बिल्कुल. I mean, it's something that has made me happy to watch and enjoy Indian music. Just not only Hindi, just whatever that's in the subcontinents, like Urdu, like Tamil. Like those cultures also just it's a very I'm curious about them. It's very
But you know, has
something.
anyone ever told you that
Yeah.
you do resonate like an Indian?
I would like to be actually. I mean, I am very loyal and very. I'm a very patriotic Sri Lankan. But when it comes to art, I guess the Sri Lanka, our music has had a lot of influence over time from the subcontinent, not only India, from the Arabian Peninsula and from yeah. So I think it's a mix of a lot of things. So um folk music has like
You
yeah,
have
it's a
those
different
ragas, right?
yeah, it's a different flavor, and the ragas have come in, and the Portuguese influence with baila and everything. So I think Sri Lanka is a melting pot with a lot of cultures, which I think we are yet to kind of celebrate on. Like how I love how India celebrates their differences. I mean, although there is enough and more conflicts going on,
Yeah.
and there's like it's politically it's not a I mean there's always two sides to it, but I think when it comes to art, they know how to celebrate it well, and it has over time they respect it. They are ready to celebrate their culture, not to put another culture down. Or yeah, when I mean even art, when it comes to art, they and their differences, they like to celebrate it and they respect. I know at least to what as far as we can see. Yeah.
No, but I've personally had experience with that, so
Yeah.
I can just agree with you wholeheartedly
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do people come up to you and be like, "Oh, Chota Udit Narayan aa gaya hai"? Am I the only one then who thinks
I
that
think so.
you have?
It's-
No, but you know what? Yesterday, I was coming to Colombo from Kandy, and I had the opportunity to finally go through all your songs again. So, to me, it was like a moment of whoa. Who is at one point, you know, I was kind of like drifting into that nice little state of mind when you listen to music on a very deep level. And I was like, wait, Udit Narayan, is this you from like the 80s?
That's new.
Because he had that really nice vibrancy that you have. And just listening to you just made me feel like I was listening to Udit. And that's not a bad thing.
It's not. I mean, it's obviously it's a big compliment, but I mean, yeah. This is
No,
the first time.
Yeah, but like next time Sri Lanka, just listen to Ridma. You will find moments of Udit Narayan. But were you ever classically trained, Machan?
I went to Nimanta Heshan, so I like to call him my guru, to have vocal training. Yes, I am to a certain extent. Yes, I don't think qualified with a document, but yes, trained. I should say, at least to a certain extent.
Okay. Even though you say you're not trained, I just feel like you've trained yourself for like a million billion years, and here you are.
I actually like to believe that as well. I think it's something that you bring from a long time. It's not just this life. I believe in the fact that you bring all of this, and it's part of the karma that you bring.
Oh,
And yeah,
Speaking of reincarnation, who do you think you were in a past life?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Honestly, I would. I haven't actually thought about it.
You know what I
Uh,
picture you as?
yeah.
You sitting in like the Taj Mahal and just singing to Akbar and his wife Shah Jahan.
Yeah. We're talking about. I mean, I wasn't born that long ago. I mean, not.
No,
I mean,
reincarnation.
yeah. Okay. At some point.
Yay.
Oh, okay. And also the fact that time is not linear. So the
You could
concept
be a
of
ghazalwala, just singing, and you could have been an ustad.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Or a villager somewhere. I don't know. Yeah.
A very talented villager. You could have been like the, ghazalwala, just singing and all that.
Probably.
And here you are in this lifetime singing too.
Yes.
What would you say is your favorite song that you've sung to date?
Of mine,
Hmm.
of my own songs, right? I think my all-time favorite should be I think Soyava, and then there's a lot. There's a lot. I think very recent one that I released, Athena Lokimeve, is also one of my favorites to sing and perform. Virame, Sobana. I think Soyava. I think it was very, my very first melody, one of the very first melodies that I got from Charita and Chandasena Tarangama, late Mr. Chandasena Tarangama. I think that still has a huge, and that's my first music video as well. And it was an innocent time. It
Yeah.
wasn't like this. Like it was a much simpler time. It was a much easier time. It was 2017. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the music video I'm talking about. But the song was, I think, yeah, that 2013, 14. That's when
That's when you recorded that song?
No, that was the last song to finish recording. Actually, Ranil Gunawarden, he's the one who produced it. So I remember even after the closure of his studio, Alien Studio, I went to his place, and like that's how we kind of finished the track. And there were I found the drum and bass, the electronic a bit too much, and I was always like, yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah, I know. At that time, because I don't know, I was just learning at that time. I was like an alien to all of this. I was working a normal, I was doing a normal job, and so I was just getting the
hang of
hang of
things.
things. And yeah, then later only I realized that, like, wow, like, he's done such a marvelous job, and like what a masterpiece of, I mean, it has become, because it's a lot of people involved there, and it's always beautiful things come out of teamwork. So
And it's very futuristic. I was listening to
absolutely,
that
yeah,
song yesterday and I was like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, I could
yeah.
as a DJ,
I
I
think
could mix that
that's
and an Irie track together,
yeah, sure,
And how cool
yeah,
is that? Even
it truly
internationally,
was.
if someone was to do a drum and bass remix of it,
Yeah.
it would still sound very
Yeah,
timeless.
it is. I guess that's one of the from the first lot of my music. I think that's one of the tracks that I'm really proud of, and yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and the rest of it, like I said, we'll be talking about them.
So you've got a big album on the way.
Well, it's been on the way for the past 3 years, but it's. I mean, I've been releasing. I think now 9 songs have been released. There's 2 more left. Um, yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey because there was a moment where I had no songs to perform, but yeah, and I was kind of pushed into doing
Hmm.
what I had to do, and then I like, even the concept. I think it was subconsciously also I was trying to prove to my own self that I can do it, and also to the outside, and just yeah, it's just figuring out life, I guess. And I know that it's been a very long time, and the songs there have been done like at least 3 or 4 years ago. Or even no, I think yeah, even 2020 there have been songs that we've started and now it's coming to fruition. Yeah, so it's been a journey and I had to take my own time. I know a lot. When you look at it and in a snapshot, it's like it's been a lagging journey, and I haven't done my job properly, Fagi. But
No, I don't think
no.
so.
I mean,
Creativity.
these are things that I
Mm.
think on my own as well. Sometimes because existential crisis, and from what I hear, what I see, that's how you see the world, right? And however much you want to feel like you're doing the right thing, but there is sometimes like there are some reality checks or some kind of yeah, realizations, and yeah, but I just did what I had to do at that time, and I have no regrets, and I'm still releasing the songs, and like just going on, and I want to get out of the rat race. I am still part of it, but it feels heavy just doing what I had to do, and just yeah.
You're creating
That's all.
your large discography.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, about the album again. So, yeah, like I told you, these were songs from different musicians, and there were melodies that I had done as well and written as well. Some of them. These are people when Machang, let's do some more tracks. Like when I literally didn't have some songs to perform on stage. So these like people like Senanga, Lahirvaya,
Tilina.
Yeah, Tilina's track were also parallelly going on, like Virame, Yana Mataking. He's a big part of my second stage, anyhow. For this album, like Mahiru, a lot of different and people who have been established in the industry and who are very new, upcoming as well. Because the very recent song that I released on the 15th, the Athena Lokimave, which means light at the end of the tunnel, pretty much. So it was to Malilas, like the one who wrote and one who composed were not even the when we started the song, they were it was their first year or the second year in A levels. I think
Wow.
even before, I don't know. Yeah, Suvindu Mali and Suvindu Atapattu and Pabasara Mali. So Pabasara Madhuge. So yeah, so I wanted to work with a lot of new talent as well and new perspectives. So yeah, here I am doing just doing what I can do and existing in this ecosystem.
I don't think you're existing, man. I think you're winning. You know why?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because just to do like a production and have it out in the world for people to see, it's just like, I've done this. I've done it.
True.
I'm winning.
Yeah, true.
And speaking of wins, congratulations on your track hitting number 3, man, on the countdown.
Thank you.
I've done nothing. It's all the music controllers.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely to hear. So, we're talking about Finally Alive.
Yeah.
Just for context.
Oh my gosh, that song. Let's take a minute to like talk about that song.
Yes.
It's just like someone had described it on your YouTube channel as like this very nice, slow sigh of relief. Like, I'm here. I'm finally here. Was that the same thought process?
Yes, actually, yeah. I think when this was being discussed, it was a very difficult time, I believe. Like, I think, yeah, personally, and even I think the world was going into, I think the COVID was happening.
Oh,
It
this was like written.
Yeah, it was during all these songs were post, or no, I mean pre or during, pretty much. Yeah, and at least the initiation of the tracks. So Subi and I have been anyway working on few things. There were we were jamming, and at the same time, like he came up to me and said, "There's." Oh, and how I found out about Anuja Rana Singh, who wrote, and it's his melody as well. Who wrote was that he had a beautiful song called Garden. I don't know whether you've is it Garden? Yes. I can't remember.
He's released a few songs.
Yes, I think you should. It's an older song. I mean, now it should be like 4 years for that song. It was on YouTube. I just stumbled upon it and like I loved it. And then somehow I think he at that time him and Subui had already had were working on some things, and they actually proposed me that there's a sing, and then and then we actually had a conversation. No, what kind of a track we want to do, and what kind of a thing that I want to convey in this thing, the song. And then I remember this particular anecdote, or like the story that I told him. Like, there's this movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara with Hrithik Roshan, Farhan Akhtar, and yeah, Katrina Kaif and all of that. So in that movie, there is this moment where, in that movie, I'll have to talk about the movie now. Just
you need to. Yeah. Let's talk.
So Hrithik is like this corporate slave who. So it's about three friends, right? They reconnect through this trip that they do annually. And Hrithik happens to be this strict corporate slave who's like, who's even during the trip, he's just thinking of work and all that. The other two friends are like very like free spirited and whatnot. And this girl, so they meet this girl, Katrina. I remember there was this scene where she takes him diving. And then he was initially hesitant about it. And then when they actually and then he finds this bliss under the sea, and that the silence and everything being different, and after he comes out, he howls and he cries. I can't remember if he howls, but he actually tears and he cries. Like, he cries out of joy. That's something, that joy that you get. Like, I'm also one of those people, like, when I see greenery, when I see a beautiful, even sometimes pictures, like, I just start tearing up. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know whether it's because I want to own it, or whether I want to be there right now, or whether I'm just grateful for the existence of these things, just because, sometimes you need to see the green and the mountains and the moss and, the wood and the beauty of jungle and all of that. Coming back to the story, yeah, that was pretty much the what I told him, that bliss that you have, that that I'm finally alive. That's how it actually came about. It's been so many years and so many things have happened. I may have kind of forgotten the entire the story of how things seem, but I should actually call everyone from the album and just go through how we connected.
Oh my gosh, that should be like a great little documentary of sorts, because these are like collections from your life, man.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, just imagine how many stories there is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And you live such an interesting life too. Despite a lot of public... No, remember? Like, oh my gosh. So, Sri Lanka story time. I think this was 2017, right?
Yeah.
I think you had... Kuwaini was out, a whole bunch of singles.
No, Kuwaini wasn't out at that
Wasn't
time.
out?
No. 2017, it wasn't out.
Okay.
Audio was out. Audio was out, video wasn't out. So, I hadn't become like well known in the Sinhala scene at that time. I think I would have that would have been 2018, and that was when I actually got my first paid gig, was in 2018 beginning. That's when you came with me to Candy.
2018, that's okay.
Yeah, but I think 2017 audio was released. The other songs were already on YouTube and stuff. Yeah.
SoundCloud, I think.
SoundCloud was there, and YouTube as well. Yeah.
And all I remember was, I think I got fed up of like work that week. And you had been like, oh, let's go to Candy because there's a gig in Candy. And I'm like, you know what? Okay. I told my boss I'm taking leave because I've had enough. And you, me, and a friend called Rumi. Hi, Rumi.
Yes.
Man, we boarded a train to Candy.
Yeah.
We couldn't get first class tickets or second class tickets. Here we were in third class, standing the whole 3 hours. Yep. We had a chaiya moment.
Yeah, good simpler times, I should say, honestly. Very humbling to remember those.
And remember
going for a gig in the bus and coming back by bus.
Oh my God, we need to talk about the bus.
Yeah.
So Sri Lanka, this was a memory I don't think I'll ever lose, because this was such a precious moment to me. I think after we were done, we had chicken fried rice packets at the time. And we went to this final bus because you were panicking, I was panicking. We were like, oh, 9 o'clock, no more candy buses.
Yeah.
So we literally took a tuk, and then we ran and we got a bus.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the bus was empty. We went all the way to the back seat, and I had my spoon,
Yeah, you
my
somehow
trusty
carried
spoon.
it. Yes.
And I remember sharing the spoon. And we were eating
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
At the back of the bus. But at that time, weren't you a vegetarian?
Yeah.
Now I am.
You're a vegetarian now.
Yeah, it's been 2 years now.
Yay. Wait.
I mean, I'm trying.
Did they give-
Vegetarian, I guess.
I mean, yeah. You need some
Yeah.
kind of protein, and plant protein is a bit complex.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
So wait, was there a veg fried rice then?
It would somehow we ate it.
Yeah. We ate that fried rice,
Yeah.
and we went to Colombo, and we were so dead, man. And then after that, it was like, okay, you take tuk, I take tuk, tata, bye bye.
Yes,
Good
yes, I
journey.
remember.
But that was one of the best memories I've had, man, with
yeah,
you.
yeah. Honestly.
It was so fulfilling because it was like
It's-
we went together as like a bunch of friends,
yeah.
and then just
figuring
seeing
out
you.
because that was I think that I was just coming into the concert scene and I didn't know a lot of things that was happening. I remember the organizer Malli had to actually tell me, Aya, you should charge more because this is not the usual amount that
Wow.
your contemporaries charge. So I had to learn it on my own. Nobody was, I mean, obviously I didn't know, I didn't have much contacts also to check around, and then there is this, those are things that you had to navigate on your own. And then, that's how I think that was the same gig that was probably my first candy gig out of Colombo, gig that you came along with me for. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What a cool memory,
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
And then after that, we went one more time, and you just reminded me
Yeah.
about this other gig, you, me, Supun.
Supun.
And I think Runero was also there.
Ranot was also. No, he didn't come along. I think he
No, I
was
think
there.
he did.
He did?
I think
But it was in my car that we drove. No, it was in.
There was a
some-
bus, Machan. It was like a mini
Nah,
bus.
No,
Was it
no,
your
no.
car?
There was a car. Or
Oh,
a
wow.
cab. I can't remember. I would have driven, or somebody. We got a cab or something. That was just some charity project that we were part of.
Yeah,
and
some water project.
Water project. We were wearing like
White t-shirts.
white t-shirts
and-
with this thing with Amutu band at that time. I think now they're dispersed, but Vinuja was part of it. Yeah, so it was good times. That was mid 2018.
Yeah.
Those pictures sometimes pop up on and off. We have a picture. The three of us have a picture. I think that was after we come to Colombo or something. I think we were taking something from the boot, and that's when we took the picture. We clicked the
Oh,
picture.
wow.
So yeah.
What a memory, man. Even I don't remember this because it happened so long ago.
Yeah.
But good
I think
memory.
I have a lot of particular snapshot of memories from that era. It was easier to remember. It was
Not
simpler
too-
times.
Yeah. Simpler, and also like it wasn't too chaotic now.
Chaotic, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're a superstar now. So chaos follows you. And crazy fans and crazy fangirls. Have you gotten that marriage proposal yet from an auntie?
I mean,
Yeah, that was
but now I think that's kind of stopped.
Oh, it stopped.
Gone down, not at the rate that it used to probably be because
Probably started
not
through it now.
like I guess I'm sure not even there. There's more there's
Younger
newbies
guys, yeah.
who probably fit the bill. Yeah.
Oh man, just imagine though. Here you are,
Yeah,
just wanting to
It's
say.
evolution. It keeps changing. I mean, the ones who were fangirling at that time have probably got married now. A lot of them
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
They're happily married. They're with their. Sometimes the ones who had boyfriends, they're not married. It's not them that they've got married to. They've probably gotten divorced. Some of them.
Wow.
Like, it's a full circle. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Not wanting to sound like an uncle, but it's been a while.
You and Uncle, I don't think you're
No, it's,
like
it's actually like when you actually think of the number, it's been a while since I've kind of started making the songs, and like 2018 is 8 years ago. It's
Machan, is this
And
8 years?
yeah, 8 years. That's a long time, man. It is a long time.
But you do
8
realize
years
your
is-
brain plays tricks on you, and it's
Yeah.
like, nah, 8 years. What was 8 years?
Yeah. No, it just doesn't feel like it. I still feel like a newcomer. I still act like one. Like I go to places, I'm like nobody knows me, and I behave like that's my innate thing. And like I don't feel like I've been around for that long. But it just when you think of the numbers, and I think the 2 years of COVID is like 8 minus 6 is minus 2. It's like 6 now. It's 6 left.
No, but I don't think. Yeah, COVID took a lot. In fact, I think it just gave back a little time for us just to
Yeah.
recoup, regenerate, be a bit more
Correct. I
creative.
actually I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That
The
time
fact
in
that
life.
the time in life. Not. I mean, I don't want to mention like that because it can be taken out of context because a lot of lives
Yeah.
were lost and a lot of people got sick and still the aftermaths are there. A lot of people, but the peace of mind that everybody got, the people got. And people started, and not only that, I think people started questioning about the reality that they've been uh, put forward, and this is the life that you have to live, Kiela. But I think people started questioning why. I think we should we should depend less on higher authorities and do things on our own, like farm our own food, make our own. Like I remember Dinupa and Nadika, they were so inspiring that it was during one of the I think for Nadagama we had this a small online meetup thing that happened, and in that interview I remember Dinupa said we are making our own soap because we don't want to
Wow.
use we don't want the fact that there's a lot of chemicals are being used in the soap and the shampoo that we use on a daily basis. We don't think about those things, right? It somehow goes down into the soil, and the soil and the ecosystem entirely gets ruined, where the animals and
Yeah.
the nutrients and the minerals
Soil
in the soil.
nutrition.
Yeah, it was a time like that where people had a pause just to think. And the fact that I used to love my the time between 12 a.m. to
3?
6 a.m.
Oh,
That was my
wow.
peaceful time because I knew the entire world was
Sleeping.
not chaotic, sleeping. And I mean, Sri Lanka was sleeping, but the entire world was at home and at peace. So that peace was felt somehow in the air as well. That was a really peaceful time.
Do you miss that?
I do. I very strangely do. I like the chaos as well, but because because I was someone who worked during the day and then went to the studio at 6 o'clock and then went to dance thing also afterwards. Even at that time, the life pace was much different than what we are having now. I think it's a lot to do with the content
being shoved at you.
Yeah, being shoved at you, and it's the constant need to scroll and to check.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like when you feed the algorithm, it's like, which algorithm do you feed today? That's become our lives, and as an artist, that must be like even crazier for you.
Yeah, and you just can't not do it. You have to join the bandwagon and be a part of it. And otherwise you're scorned and you're just left out. As it is, I feel like I'm living under the cave because most of the time it's a friend who has to, Machang, did you hear this? Tilina is someone because Tilina lives across my place. So he's like, Machang, this is happening. He's the one who's telling me, him, man, like, that's how I get to know things. Or even things that's happening in the industry. The thing is, I have to be up to date as well. I have to know. That's what I've realized. I have to know what the other artists are doing, and sometimes it gets to you. It gets a bit too much because there was a time where you can just put something on YouTube and it'll have his journey.
Yeah.
But now that's not the case. The longevity is not there anymore. It has to be a quick hit. It has to, you have to spend lakhs of money, and I don't do it, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is now. And the more you spend is the more you make sound is how you sustain in the industry. And that's probably not how music industry should. I don't know. Yeah, it's become an industry. I'm not a expert to say it should or shouldn't, but I mean it's a bit, it gets overwhelming, I guess, and yeah, it gets overwhelming, and the burnout is easy, I guess.
Yeah.
You ask any artist, I'm sure anyone would have a similar, at least some kind of burnout over this period of time compared to the pre pre-COVID or pre-COVID
pre-COVID, pretty much.
pre-COVID times. Yeah.
So algorithms, I don't blame you, man, because oh my gosh. It's like the algorithms want you to spend so you know, get seen. But also it's like
Yeah, there's so much clutter. You can't not do it. You have to make an appearance. You have to do all that you have to check all
keep
the
paying and you need to
the
keep
box.
scrolling and once it's so strange because the algorithms, like very rarely now do I see even music. It's all like content from abroad and sometimes it's dumb content, it's brain rot.
Absolutely.
It's not so great, but once in a while when there's music it's like yes, but it's also like oh, it's nobody local.
Yeah, the chances of music getting diluted and music kind of not getting the upper hand, but content, that's what it has become. It's always a visual thing than the music.
Strangely, even the local stuff does not fall in my radar anymore, which is like very troubling.
Same, you have to make an effort and actually
go to their pages,
go to the page and check it out. That's something I've noticed, like from the time like I released Sobana music video in 2023 April. At that time I could just release it and just
sit
back and relax. But I've noticed ever since it's not been the same. It's and I think the next music video that I did was Dase. The amount of things that I had to do to
you had to play Sleeping Beauty. You had to play The Prince.
I mean that's
joking.
part of the creative process.
Ridma, I'm joking. No, I mean just to gain like some kind of traction, you got to play the role of something and something and something and something.
Yeah.
It becomes very tiring, but I'm really hoping at least Facebook learns a lesson from how Instagram is operating and just really give the upper hand to good content as opposed to like, oh god,
drama. It's become a place for drama and conflict.
People love sensationalistic
people
shit.
love sensational. Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
You get a kick out of somebody having to go through something there. It's like a very human thing, I guess, like a sadistic.
I think it's a Sri Lankan thing because have you noticed? Unless there's sensationalism in the news, no one really listens.
Yeah, true.
Oh, there's got to be someone scolding someone.
Clickbait is, I think, a very universal thing, I believe.
That is true. Yeah. Clickbait, rage bait.
Yeah. I mean, India is full of it. I mean, we are talking about a tiny place. You can imagine, in that humongous place, for you to make it and be heard, the amount of shit that you have to do. I don't know. Can I say shit?
Yeah. It's a podcast, so it's fine.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Can you remove it?
Edit kara
Edit, please edit. Okay. Yeah, okay.
So we're like two people just ranting about algorithms because we can.
Yeah.
It's also a tiring job, Macha.
But I don't know whether I'm just complaining, and I've been complaining about this for a while now.
What is Mudrik saying about this?
It is what it is.
I'm sure Mudrik drives you to do good content every now and then.
Yeah, he handles the thing is I'm very fortunate in that sense because there's a few of my friends who handle different parts of my things that I like. When it gets overwhelming and there's a lot of people.
A friend
around.
For YouTube, a friend for meta stuff, a friend for
correct.
all kinds of socials.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that's cool to have, man. Otherwise, it's like
and it's really rare to find reliable people.
Oh my gosh,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also people who understand every platform.
Yeah.
TikTok, that's one monster. X is another monster.
I'm not even going towards X. I'm just it's just there. I think I'm just there. My content is being shared, but I haven't even. It was a thing at that time. I remember I was part
Twitter?
of
Oh my,
Tweet Up
yeah, yeah, yeah.
SL,
That
and
was the last one. You and
yes,
Ranil did a
yeah,
set as well.
yeah. No, Ranila didn't turn up on that day.
Oh,
So Shenal, you remember
was it
Shenal,
Chanel?
the one who hosted? So he's a very good friend of mine
Oh,
now, and then we say like that was one of my first interviews. That was, I think, even before. I think it was 2017, before Queen. I know it was after Queen Music. But somehow it was one of my first, in front of a bunch of people. But I did disable interview before, but this is in front of a bunch of people, and it was for an event, and I was like invite. I remember I went. I was at work, and I came to the office, their office building, and then went to the washroom and changed quickly into the other costume, and then that's how I did my interview. So yeah, it was a fun basic time.
do you miss
I was
doing
just
all that?
I don't miss working, honestly. No, not really. Yeah.
No, I'm
So
glad you don't miss working because
no,
that would
because
just
that
be
wasn't.
crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't. I mean, it was a fun job. I learned a lot. I learned how to navigate with people. I learned how to work with people abroad, and it was a fun job, and about brands and stuff like that. And it was a fun time. They were supportive people, and a lot of, I think, I'm still very close to a bunch of them, like Hasit is he's managing a big chunk of, he's in Australia, but he's managing a big chunk. I met him through office. There's Sylvester, there's Naresh, there's all of them from office. So so good times I've had over there, Manishka. So yeah, I still remember how I used to upload the stuff from office computer, and then I used to watch them, and my manager seated right next to me, and I had to actually sneak out of office to go sometime for gigs. When I had gigs in Candy, I used to take half days, and then the next day I had to come from Candy, and then I remember I stayed
Oh,
back, and
wow.
the next morning I planned to go, and somehow I didn't, and there was an issue. So it was a time that I was figuring things out and how to balance these two, the office work and music, and yeah,
So now it's full time music?
absolutely, yeah.
Thank God!
Since 2019, yeah, it's been just. Yeah.
I'm just so glad, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that happened to you, and I really hope it continues to be your life path for
Yeah, of
the
course. I don't
foreseeable
think.
future.
Yeah, I mean, I'll diversify into. Oh, yeah, there's news as well. I'll diversify into different artistic fields, but
Oh, tell us.
no, I don't think I can say it now itself. But
This is why social media exists. Put a
small,
follow.
put a follow,
Put a
put
follow
a follow,
for
put a follow.
Ridma. For Ridma updates on this new journey.
Yeah, so it's just doing stuff that makes me happy.
I'm
That's-
glad. And what's next for you, Ridma the artist, in 2026?
So this new venture that I'm talking about is somehow to happen this year. There is a lot of new songs that, anyway, the album is over. Album will be over. I think there's a couple of more songs there, and this year I think I'll be doing a lot of my melodies as well, and also things that have been called that like different projects that I'm working with, different diversified people that I thought I'll never work with. So just trying out different things, I guess. Yeah.
By the way, I've always been meaning to ask you.
Like Yasas, for example.
Oh, Yasas, he is
Yeah.
such a cool cat,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. Yes.
How
Yeah.
has Nadagama changed your life?
Oh, I think in my music life, I've grown up with it, I should say. It has stuck by me when I was at the lowest, where that's a platform where I was able to sing absolutely any song, and when I didn't have some songs to perform, and Nadagama was still there, where I was able to sing anything and get out of the stage, and people still appreciated. Yes, they had questions why, but they still appreciated and accepted, and the platform was the main thing, I think, is the fact that we all grew up in that together in that journey. For example, like
Yeah, you
I
guys
was
pretty
starting
much emerged around the same time.
same time.
You,
Yeah, I had
Metlin,
just I
Danitri,
yeah
Supun.
yeah I had just started back. I mean the songs have come out like maybe 2016, 15, 16, 17, but 18 was when after the music video, after Queen music video is when kind of I was kind of talked about and my name kind of got into the main. I was invited for mainstream concerts and stuff like that. And I've got to perform with Umaria and Bhatia and Lahirwaya and all of like all the big names at that time. So that was a massive thing for me. Um, uh, yeah, but so Nadagama started end of 2018. At that time, I think Supun wasn't part of the first one. So at that time, I think Methun had just released Sasanina Mithura. And Dinesh had released Tamarasa. I think I had my five. I had 6 songs. I had Kueni music video, and so I have a music video also. So I had yeah. So that was it. Was a big it was simply a platform for just us to have fun and sing our hearts out, whatever the song, and people would just listen, even the songs that were not released. So that was the whole concept of how Nadagama started. But now it's become a massive scale production. It's not our baby anymore. It's become a character on its own. It's become another person. So Nadagama is a separate entity for me.
And this year sees you guys play in Australia, like a very special venue.
Yes. We're doing a massive Australia show in Melbourne. This place is called Sydney Man. It's not in Sydney. It's in Melbourne, in the middle of Melbourne. Big names of artists have performed there, and we went to see it when we were there last a couple of months back when we had a gig there. So myself, Danit, Methun happened to come there. Manu, so we went to see the place. It's going to be a massive production, hopefully, and yeah. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. That is happening end of October. Yeah, end of October, and we'll be doing hopefully, if everything works out well, we'll hope to do 360 also before that. That's a good stadium. Yeah.
I remember how Nadagama started. It was like at the Apegama.
Apegama was actually the second one.
The second one.
Second
okay.
one, but yeah. So that was when it kind of gained the attention. The first one is in Mahatara Dachman Street, where that's Methun, their family restaurant. So it was a very small setup, and then I remember a bunch of my friends in a corner. They were thoroughly enjoying and dancing and vibing to all the songs. Amodya, Sam, Sammani, all of these, Tammy, all of my friends were part of it. Yeah, so that's how it started, and we just and then we got an inquiry. Why don't we do it often here? That's when we decided to add 2 more characters as well, and to change the band to Miracle, who played with us for quite a while, and even Ranila was part of it initially. So Supun and Dinupa were added, and it became, and Manu was also added to it. So Manu wasn't part of the first one. So yeah, that's how Nadagama started, and then from there, I think we did Candy after that. We did a few.
Dubai.
Dubai was much recent. Dubai was 2 years ago. But I'm talking about 2019. 2019, we did in Candy. We did the Dutch Hospital one was the one that I think we had a first packed audience. And that was the one that we no. I think from then we had our first Australia the foreign gig. We were called for the first foreign gig, and that's when Danitri was added. So Danit got added there, and then Kanchana came. So it's been a journey. It's been a massive journey, and
Noor Elia was such a big hit, man.
Noor Elia was massive, and it was larger than life. It was a blessing, being like witnessing it, being a part of it. There was one event called Notes Upon a Hill, which was done
Wait, this was with
Moonstone.
Eshan, right?
Yes, Ishan
I
and
saw reels. Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
I
I
was
was
in tears.
kicking
I was in
myself.
tears the first day. I was in tears. I was like, I could, because like hearing the Atadara being played on the violin and on the piano, and it just felt magical. It was just the vibe there, the view, and yeah, everything was just perfect. Yeah, so those are the lives that sorry, those are the things that you live for. Those are the things that the moments that you actually, yeah, exist for. That's it is. I think, yeah, and even the 360 concert last year. It's been exactly a year. I think.
Yeah, it
I
was
know.
in January.
Yeah, January. No, yeah, 10th, 11th or something. So that was also
It was
um
sold out, man. There
yeah,
was no
you can.
chance for
Even for
anyone to get there.
this one you have to come.
Somehow.
Somehow.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was again performing with a massive crowd at the Sugadda Stadium. That's where I've seen artists perform there. I've seen Kenny G. I've seen who else?
Shaggy performed there a few times.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was not part of that. I've seen IFA awards there.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, Sonu
IFA.
Nigam. Sonu
Damn.
Nigam performed. Sonu Nigam's concert happened there. Asha Bhosle. So a lot of art. I've seen those artists, and I've been in that balcony watching them, and I never did I think that I'll be in the middle and
Hmm.
people will be cheering for me. That's a very overwhelming feeling. It is. It's still unreal sometimes.
Pinch yourself because it's real.
Okay.
No wounds to the face.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. Because then you could just like, no, but no injuries, please. There's only
Sure.
one Ridma Weerawardena, and I want to see you perform for the next 5,000 years. We're gonna live like
Okay.
vampires, like Marceline.
Wow.
That'd be kind of cool, right?
No, 5,000 is quite a lot.
Is it?
Yeah.
What if it's just a blink of an eye? Then what?
Yeah, maybe in Ant's ears, it's probably like 5,000.
Probably. And is there anything that you want to add in closing, Machan?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you always. Thanks to you. I was just like I was just talking about you today, and just the fact that you've been there through my journey. How from
Discovering you from the
yeah,
internet?
from internet and doing the decibel interviews with just at Suri village, and here we are.
I know, right?
And you were one of the first people to play my music, like my songs at that time, and that too wasn't on a singular radio station. I remember it was at yes, yeah.
Because honestly, when I heard your songs, I was like, oh my gosh, who is this human? I mean, because still to this day, you carry so much of magic. You carry so much of that positivity the world needs. And, the most I can actually do is like reach out and be like, no, get out of the internet, you bugger. Let's get you everywhere. Everywhere. So I'm glad to have been a part of your journey.
Thank you.
Here's to seeing you prosper and be, yeah, man, I really hope to see you perform with
Thank you.
all these amazing Indian artists one day.
Thank you.
Maybe one day if, what's his name?
Arijit Singh.
Is that your favorite?
Actually, I want to one day do a concert with Papan. That's kind of Papan is one of my favorite artists. So I hope to. And yeah. So
Please, if you're watching this.
I actually met him in India at
Whoa.
Waves Summit, and he came to Sri Lanka as well for a concert for last year's Independence Day or something, India's Republic Day or Independence Day. So yeah, amazing artist. So he's from Assam, which is also very
Yeah, from
from the northeast, and that's a very it's I don't know, somehow or the other the music kind of resonates because it's also a how do I say farming, no, agricultural based society, like how we are also predominantly, and their folk music also, the beats and I don't know, something resonates somehow. So yeah,
Make it happen, universe!
yeah.
I want to see that day, man. And one day you'll win a Grammy and be like, I want to be that person backstage when you accept that Grammy.
Thank
No,
you.
I really do. I want to live to see this moment. So Jai Weaver to you and all you do, and here's to epic 2026, man.
Yes, and thank you, Yasmin. Thank you to Yes as well. And I've been and for here, yes, homegrown, for actually appreciating Sri Lankan music, and thank you for that. And I think yeah, it's such a great thing that you guys do, where the English music scene doesn't get that much of awareness or the attention that it probably deserves, because it's original music at the end of the day, whatever, whichever language it is. And for it to have a platform, and for it to take it to another level, and to bring it to the and for it to reach an international audience, even it, that's how it needs to happen. There's a lot of independent musicians that have come from our subcontinent who have made it out there, so I mean, I hope that those artists, not only the I don't want to segregate it, saying Sinhala, English or
Just someone
Tamil or
from
from
Sri
Sri
Lanka,
Lanka.
man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, from Sri Lanka. I mean, there are amazing Tamil musicians who made it in South, and who are doing amazing work there. So I mean, I hope that also happens in the
Across the board.
across the border, and in a larger scale as well. Because I think this island has a lot of potential, and lot of heart. Yeah.
And so.
And soul, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.